Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex. Are you watching Ragin Nation Show Transformers 4 Edition? This is just a web series where we talk about all things that matter to me for production's 4th installment of the live-action Transformers film franchise directed by Michael Bay. This is update number 99, and once again, we're doing the New York Toy Fair 2014 coverage exclusively at the Ragin Nation. This is part... What part is this? Part 8. This is part 8, and even though Toy Fair is done, we still got a lot of stuff to talk about, and we got to talk about spoilerish material that is related to the toys, or rather the toys provide us with some spoilerish material for the movie Transformers Age of Extinction. But before we do that, let's get a couple of birthday shoutouts out of the way. Now, I know how you guys feel about shoutouts, so I'm gonna keep this really quick. It's all birthday shoutouts, okay? So we just have to do this for the Ragin Nation. All right, here we go. Gonna do this really quick. If you miss your name, then what's up? Okay, anyways, here we go. Happy birthday to Chris Jones, Azure Sirwan, Levy Fisher, Braden Vandals, Kung Pao Gamer, Sundeep S, Austin Bradley 03, and I'm gonna give a really super random birthday shout out to a Ragin Nation member, and I'm just gonna put a random last name and a random first name together, and if it's your birthday, then happy birthday. Okay, last name is Love, as in Love. First name is Simone. Okay, so Simone Love, happy birthday from the Ragin Nation. I hope you have a good one. And I also want to give another shout out to Kimura Hippo. All right, special Instagram shout out to Kimura Hippo. All right, and finally, the last shout out goes to that. Okay, I can't say that. The N-word Squeak. Okay. The final shout out goes to the N-word Squeak. And there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this video. My name is Alex. I'll see you next time. Peace. Let's talk about spoilerish stuff. Okay, here we go. All right. So, we gotta talk about Kre-O playsets. Now, do you guys know what Kre-O playsets are? They're basically the Transformers equivalent of Lego. I think that Kre-O and Lego are two competing companies because one is not associated with the other, and maybe Transformers is a property that Lego couldn't acquire, so they came out with Kre-O. And there are a bunch of Kre-O playsets, which are playsets that really hint that it is a major sequence in Transformers Age of Extinction, the actual movie. So I'm just going to relay some of the playset names as well as the official photo of the playsets, and then you can make of it what you will. Alright, if that even makes any sense. So let's just start off with Dinobot Charge. And Dinobot Charge consists of... What does it consist of? The Triceratops, so that would be Slug, Drift, and I don't know what this blue guy is. Maybe he's a Decepticon drone, alright? Maybe he's a Viacon. So, Dinobot Charge, which is, that's something that's not totally spoilerish. It just means that Dinobots are going to be charging through the city, most likely Hong Kong, so I can imagine that. So, moving on, let's talk about another one, and they're calling it Scorn Street Chase. And that would be this one right here. Scorn is the a Spinosaurus. Yeah, I think it's a Spinosaurus. And there's Drift. I guess Drift is going to be riding with Scorn in the movie. Couple of Viacons here. I'm going to call them Viacons, okay? I'm going to assume that these Decepticon drones are the Viacons, as in those supercars, all right? And there's a Chinese sign here, which suggests they're in Hong Kong, all right? So there's going to be a lot of Dinobot action in Hong Kong. The next one is called Cell Block Breakout. Okay, now, according to the Super Bowl teaser, we already know that Optimus Prime gets captured by Lockdown, and he is held captive in Lockdown's ship. All right, so let's take a look at what it looks like. The Kre-O set, and we have Optimus Prime. We have the Cell Block. We have a Viacon or Decepticon drone, and we have Bumblebee and Strafe. Now, Bumblebee is supposed to be riding Strafe, the two-headed Pteranodon, and they're supposed to rescue Optimus Prime and get him out of lockdown ship. All right, I think maybe this happens in the middle of the movie, somewhere in the middle, maybe right between the second and the third act. So that's some pretty crazy action. Okay, next thing we got to talk about is Grimlock Street Attack, and this is a big one. We got Gold Knight Optimus Prime and Grimlock. Now, according to the Nano Hexbug toy, it's Silver Knight Optimus Prime, but according to the Kre-O, it's Gold Knight Optimus Prime. And in the Super Bowl TV spot, he's neither silver nor is he gold. He's his traditional red and blue and silver paint apps. So I don't know what's up with this Silver Knight, Gold Knight deal, but they're definitely gonna get medieval on some Decepticons, alright? It comes with 2 Decepticon drones and this little Chinese gates to heaven thingy, alright? And what's up with the double guns on Grimlock? That's kind of crazy. You can't just put guns on everything, alright? But they decided they have to, just to make it more marketable. Anyways, we got Lockdown Air Raid as the next set, and it includes Lockdown and his dropship. He has a green dropship, and it also comes with Slash. Alright? So Slash is the Velociraptor. You get a red guy. I don't know who this red guy is. Maybe it's the only other red guy, and that would be Stinger. And then you have a Crosshairs, and then Lockdown and his dropship. Now, Lockdown has like a capital ship, like a big ship. So I assume that, you know, this ship is a dropship, so it comes out of the capital ship. And then when we were watching the Super Bowl TV spot, there's a sequence where Crosshairs is shooting at drones, right? With double guns and a trench coat, looking all Matrixy, right? So you gotta assume that, you know, he's in the air not just to fight drones, but there's another major Decepticon character in there, and it's Lockdown in his dropship. Now, if Lockdown has a dropship, I wonder if it transforms. Wouldn't that be cool? But anyways, this is kind of like an idea of what it looks like, and it's green. Alright? Moving on, we got something that's really, really odd. This is the oddest set of them all, and that is Optimus Prime Dinobot Holler. Now, I don't think this is part of the story. I don't think that this is going to appear in Transformers Age of Extinction. What we have here is some dude, like a human dude. We have a light green dude. We have Optimus Prime in his vehicle mode. His trailer is kind of like a big thingy. like a thing, you know what I'm saying? And then we got like 2 VCon guys, and then we have an Ankylosaurus. So I didn't see any Ankylosaurus in the Dinobot lineup for the Dinobots and the toys, so I think that this is completely not part of the story, okay? So I'm just gonna leave that out. And finally, the last set is this crazy one, and that would be Galvatron Factory Battle. Now, this Galvatron Factory Battle is crazy because it comes with so much stuff. You get a Viacon, you get a couple of humans. That's very interesting. You got humans who are probably scientists or like factory workers, and then you have Slash, which is the or maybe that's Grimlock. I don't know. But anyways, you got a Cybertronian what do you call this? Carnivore? Yeah, Cybertronian Carnivore. You got Optimus, you got Bumblebee, you got Galvatron, which is supposed to be like really, really big compared to the other guys. And you have this dual factory set. Now, in the background is the most interesting. You have Stinger, you have Bumblebee with both their heads in like a thing, in a cryo tube of some sort. And then, what is this supposed to mean? What is all this supposed to mean? Out of all the sets, this one is the most intriguing. I'm assuming that this is the final battle, okay? This is the scene where the Sonic RS is driving away while the old Optimus Prime, the Marmin 97 Optimus Prime, is doing that flip while things are blowing up in the background. I'm assuming that's a factory. But like, this factory, when they call it Galvatron Factory Battle, does that mean that Galvatron is going to be built in this factory? This is crazy. This is really crazy. This is like some major spoilerish material. Speculative spoilerish material. So I don't know where they're going with this, but this story is just getting more and more crazier as we see more stuff. Now, what does all this mean? Okay, you know, I'm not gonna just show off the Kre-O toys and just leave it at that. We got some explaining to do. Okay, so what does all this mean? First of all, we know that there's gonna be a big Dinobot action sequence in Hong Kong. That's the first thing we know. We also know there's gonna be an aerial battle involving Crosshairs, Decepticon drone ships, and Lockdown in his drop ship. All right, and then we have a factory battle involving Galvatron, Optimus Prime, and Bumblebee. And also Optimus Prime gets captured and he's captive in Lockdown ship, and Bumblebee and Strafe have to rescue him. And what it all comes down to, what does this all mean? It means one thing. Well, it means like a lot of things, but the one thing that's on my mind is that Lockdown is the major villain in Transformers Age of Extinction. Galvatron may be the new Decepticon leader, but just because he's a leader doesn't mean he's the guy that should be getting all the screen time. I mean, Megatron's the Decepticon leader, but then he had little to no screen time in Transformers Dark of the Moon. So just because Galvatron's a leader of the Decepticons, it doesn't mean anything. Lockdown is the one where all the story is going to wrap around in terms of the villain aspect of the movie. So that is getting me very, very hyped up in a positive way, because something tells me that there's going to be a lack of military presence in this movie. I haven't seen any military presence. I saw Hong Kong law enforcement in the form of the Special Duties Units, the SDUs, but I haven't seen that much U.S. military. I've seen some Special Forces guys, but they could be mercenaries, all right? So they're not just like U.S. military, you know, like a whole bunch of soldiers, because I don't want to see that. We've seen so much of that in Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon. I just want to see Autobot and Decepticon battle. And what these sets tell me is that a lot of the, I think a lot of Transformers Age of Extinction, of this, like the story, will be driven by Autobots and Decepticons. Even though that Mark Wahlberg and you know and Jack Rayner and Nicola Peltz, they're the lead humans in the movie. I think that they're gonna have as much or as little screen time as they can as possible. Like, they're the main characters, they're gonna get a whole lot of screen time, but their roles are equally as important as the Autobots. Or rather, the Autobots' roles, or rather the robot roles, are just as equally as important as the human roles. And there's going to be a really good balance of it. And I think Michael Bay, with his brand new direction, not just redesigns of the Autobots and Decepticons, and not just changing the human cast, but the whole direction of the movie is changed, and that is to give us what fans want. So there you have it. That's all I gotta say in this video. I just wanted to put everything together, and what this all tells me is that a lot of the story is going to be driven by Autobot and Decepticon interaction. And that's a great thing. Alright? Anyways, that's all I gotta say in this video. I got a couple of miscellaneous weird videos that I'm gonna upload for you guys. It's all like Transformers related, but I want you guys to check that out. They'll be uploaded right after this one. But anyways, that's all I gotta say in this video. We got episode, or rather part 9 and part 10. Part 9, we're going to talk about the non-movie Transformers toys, and because I'm really excited about some of those guys. And I also want to do my final thoughts on Toy Fair, and that would be my final thoughts and opinions about all the toys. Like, how do I really feel about them? That's going to be left in part 10, which is coming right up after part 9. And then afterwards, we're going to continue with talking about the movie, all right? Afterwards, we'll be done talking about Toy Fair. That's all I got to say in this video. As always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, The Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, @RaginNation. Check out my photos on Instagram, @TheRaginNation. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace. Robot mode, because the Super Bowl TV spot, the closest thing we saw was really just his gun phase, which is from the chest up. So very, very cool. Thank you to William for